Okay, hi Nicolas.
Hi.
We just finished a workout?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to ask you some questions just to get some feedback.
Okay.
So, roughly how long have you been working with us now?
It's been like 3 months now.
3 months?
I think.
Okay.
Right around there.
And what's your schedule?
I come in once a week.
Yeah.
Because I want to come in for a longer period of time in terms of like how many months or years that I'm here.
Yep.
And I think I can handle once a week more. It's easier for me to confront.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's get some wins and gains. What have you got
Well, I got
from training here
probably
so
the
far?
number one thing I got is just more understanding of why some pains were happening in my body. And then because I understand it better, I can do different exercises or stretches or massaging of muscles that help to relieve that area from pain. So during the week, when I experience something that's a bit painful in my knees or my ankles or my back or my neck, I've got different tools that I can use to sort of ease that pain and then maybe also stretch it out a little bit better so it has better mobility and less chance of getting injured.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. Now, when you first arrived, what kind of condition? Obviously, we're looking at more the negative, not the positive side.
Yeah.
So
Well,
can
one
you
thing
just
that was interesting is we did this one exercise where I had to try and put my head forward and
lift your head up off the ground?
lift my head up off the ground.
Could you do that?
No.
Right.
Well, I mean, with assist from my back hand, I could.
Yeah.
But like when I tried to like put my finger here to like resist, like even like the lightest touch from a pinky was
Yep.
able to stop me from lifting my head.
Yep.
So that was partly educational too because I wasn't activating the right muscles.
Mhm.
And then so I started to get a lot more understanding of what muscles move what thing, which direction, and that really helped too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So when you came, you said you had a neck situation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What else?
Knees, I had a knee surgery,
Yep.
and then the other knee always felt like it was ready to go.
Yep.
So I've been really gentle with my knees for a long, long time.
Yep.
And it was just, I've met you, and you were explaining to somebody else just the basics of different directions of motion
Yep.
and the 3 different planes of movement.
Yep.
And based off of that, I said, oh, I could understand more about my body.
Mm.
And that's what made me interested
Yeah.
because I just hadn't really had that thought before. I just thought the body was there and I just work with it as best I can.
Yeah.
But the idea that I could get more educated on it and maybe learn some information that would really help
Yeah.
was very attractive.
Yeah.
And then I just had it was like lightning strike and I was like, hey, give me your number and let's get together.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
So just as a recap, so when you came, what I recall is you came in, you had a neck and you had your knees that we had to take care of,
Yeah.
see what we could do with it.
Yeah.
And also lower back, I think you mentioned was another area.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, primarily
Yeah.
was my knees and my neck.
Yep.
But on and off throughout my life,
Yep.
my back has given me,
Yep.
sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. So
How
that
tall?
was an area I wasn't really in control of.
Yeah. How tall are you?
6'5".
6'5". Okay, so we've got plenty of height there, which makes sense too.
Yeah, there's also that's the joints when you're
Yep.
6'5". The
Oh,
joints
yeah.
tend to go a little funky.
That's right. There's
Yeah.
more stress because you've got long levers.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so compared to how you started 3 months ago,
Yeah.
how are all those 3 main areas for you now?
Oh, much better. Well, the biggest benefit is that I know what to do
Yeah.
to help them.
Yeah.
But also they've gotten stronger.
Yes.
I'd
Good.
say they're at least 10% stronger. But just the education that I have about them makes me able to use them like maybe an extra 50%
Yeah.
out of them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because you have physical work.
Oh yeah, I work every day.
Yeah, you have an inspection business, right?
Yeah, so I'm always, when I tracked my steps, I would get like 20,000 steps in a day from
Yep.
just going up ladders and down ladders and out to the street and back to the street. And I have to carry heavy equipment up onto the roof
Yep.
and I have to push equipment through things. And so it's just a very physical job most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Now I've got another question for you.
Yeah.
So there's a training system here, which we call rudimetrics, right? So where there's 5 tools: barriers, recovery, alignment, gradients, and goals, right? So have you learned much about those? Can you see how I'm applying them to you, how you are applying them to you in life and work and in training?
Yeah, definitely, especially the gradients.
Yeah.
I find that we really stress gradients,
Yeah.
so that it's like, if ever I get to a point where I feel like uncomfortable with something, I'm not being pressured to like push through it, but rather it's like, we have time.
Yeah.
It's not like we have to get everything done in 35 minutes.
Right,
You know, we have to make all our gains right this second.
Right.
So, you know, I can get a little gain today, and then next day I come back in, I can get a little bit more gain.
Yep.
And that works with me really well. Like, I like that.
Good.
I don't like to feel at the end of the day like, did I injure something?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's a good point too.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those tools are designed for you to learn and apply to keep things safer and more effective for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And you feel like you've been getting more and more of that as you do it?
Definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. And thank you for sharing that. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
No, just really glad to have met you, and glad for the work that we're doing. So it's good.
Great. Thank you, Nicolas.
Thank you.
Okay.